The Walking Dead, a franchise that holds high expectations across the games, the comics, and the show. If you're a zombie fan, you've definitely heard of The Walking Dead. There's one aspect of The Walking Dead that I personally don't like, and it's the comic spin-off of Rick Grimes 2000. It's subpar at best, but at its the weakest points, it's terrible. It has some of the worst things in comics I've ever personally seen, and today I'm going to go over a few of them. My first problem with the comic is the beginning. It starts with Rick in the hospital, in homage to the original comics and the show. But the one thing I don't like about it is as soon as Rick wakes up, he questions where he is, but after that, instantly gets changed into a random piece of clothing he finds that he doesn't even know what it could do to him. It's just a random yellow suit with a bunch of ammo wrapped around him. And his hand is being switched out for a metal one after it being cut off. And he just doesn't really question it, he just goes along like it's normal. Another complaint I have about the comic is the random deaths that just occur throughout. Michonne, who's a prominent character throughout the comics, just gets killed off the next panel by the governor for no reason. Like, she's just there, gives a massive speech, and then just dies by the governor. But then later on in the comic, they decide to bring her back. Another complaint, which is similar to like the random deaths, is the random sprinkling in of characters. Like when Rick goes back to the sanctuary, he sees Jesus, speaks to him once, sees Princess, speaks to her once, doesn't even know who they are, just like says one line to them, and then just doesn't speak to them again. My next complaint is it's supposed to be a sci-fi comic with aliens, but throughout the entire thing, I think only 2 aliens are shown and that's it. And then Digi advertised as an alien comic mixed with zombies, and there's 2 aliens for the entire thing. My next complaint is like an add-on to the sprinkling in of characters. It's the fact that most of the groups of villains from The Walking Dead are just here randomly. Like the governor's here, then you have Negan, and then the Whispers are there for like 2 panels. It doesn't contribute to the story at all, the Whispers being there. I think this will be my final complaint, because it's a very short comic. The ending is just so abrupt. They have like one massive fight over 2 pages, and then apparently things fine. The end, it goes from them being like at a barn, to literally the next page being an entire tech city. Apparently, the aliens apparently gonna be back. You can't put that much content in 4 different pages and try and flesh out a story in a comic that's just like it's less than 50 pages. I think the pacing is just so bad. It's way too fast. It's just rushed. The only redeeming quality I think is the art is really nice. Like it doesn't look rushed. The art's good and the colouring on it's perfect. So there's no complaints there, but other than that, the comic's just really, really abysmal. I wouldn't recommend it at all. But yeah, that's like my overall rating of Rick Grimes 2000. But I just think it was such a rushed comic that could have been so good if they actually put it across like a few volumes. It would have been amazing. But I'd probably give it like a 3 out of 10. The art is like the only redeeming quality. But that's gonna be from me. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe.
I'm never doing anything like that again.